Welcome to the Foresters pregame show presented by Coastal Copy. And today we are joined by the manager for the Foresters, Bill Pintard. Skip, thanks for joining us.
Nice to be on here. Nice to be here watching a little BP and getting ready for our game.
Well, Coach, it's been a couple days since we've last chatted with you. We've had the All-Star game. What was that like for you and the guys that went down?
It was fun. It was a long day because they have a combine and they have to do skill testing, strength testing, and then they had a home run derby, which we had Caleb Hoover in it, and he got a bye. He was lucky. He got a bye in the first round. But the home run hitting contest was amazing because there were guys getting 16, 18 pumps in 3 minutes. And the thing that the both finalists had in common, they were the youngest guys because Hoover was blasted after his first round. And he got 7, but he got beat by 1. He got beat by 1. He lost 8-7, so he was out of it. But I think he was kind of happy he was out of it because it's exhausting.
Yeah.
People don't understand. And it can ruin a swing. And the other team, the team from the north, they had a guy get injured. He came out and he didn't play in the game. So I hope he didn't pull an oblique. I'm not a big fan of those, but they're entertaining for the fans and the kids. Those kids put on a really good show, so it was exciting.
And one thing we haven't been able to talk with you, Bill, about the Hugs for Cubs. I know last week it was a big week for Hugs for Cubs and what the Foresters do. Can you just talk about?
Well, we had a Hugs for Cubs day, and we had Henry Miller throw out the first pitch. We got Blythe Brown's initials on the back of our hats. She lives in Texas, and she's the daughter of Dalton Brown, and she's really battling hard. She's got leukemia, and it's been really hard on her. And we're trying to get her through that. And then we have a visit scheduled in Wichita. And so hopefully we'll be back at Via Christi Hospital. They're setting that up for us now. And hopefully they don't schedule it on a day we have a game because we usually have a really good visit then. And just the other regular activities. And then the Foresters are in the process of leading the way for a program called Eric's House, which will be like a Ronald McDonald House, so parents can stay there when their children are getting treated. Because there's a lot of people come to Santa Barbara. It's more of a destination hospital than it ever has been, and people aren't aware of the pediatric care they offer. It's off the charts. So we got that stuff going for us. So that's pretty good. And then we're just trying to get through these last 3 games and get off to Wichita.
In the last couple of games, we'll have a couple additions today and also in tomorrow. Could you talk about those couple guys?
Yeah, we're banged up at shortstop. We lost Kleps, so then we brought in Ryan Coleman, or Coleman Ryan, and he's got a pulled hammy. So we've been looking for another shortstop, and we got a good one. And you'll see him in action today, and that's Nate Castellan. And he is a really plus defender at shortstop with great range, good arm. Played every inning of every game up there for Cal Poly. I don't think he came out of the lineup. He's got sneaky pop for a little guy, but he's got great bat-to-ball skills. And our team analyst, one of them, he saw him all year long. You can ask Miles about him. He saw him play, and he actually loves him. And so if Miles loves him, I love him, right? Because numbers don't lie. And then we got Jack Holman here. Jack played 2 years for us and then transferred to UCSB after his great summer. He hit .363, he was our leading hitter and leading home run hitter. And he's joined us. He's out of eligibility, so he is trying to get hooked up with either a major league free agent sign or a independent league. And I talked to one of the managers of the independent league, and so they're really interested. And so hopefully they don't sign him, and we get to take him to Wichita. But we are taking Nate to Wichita, so you'll see him. And he'll be wearing number 24 today. And going forward, he's going to stay with that number. And Jack Holman's wearing 39. and we're looking forward to having him. And if you know anybody, any left-handed pitchers, I'd love for you to call me and let me know.
Awesome. Well, Bill, we appreciate your time. Thank you, and let's have a good rest couple of the weeks.
Yeah?
Rest of the days.
Good. All
Awesome.
right.
Thank you so much.
Thank
First
you.
pitch coming up right after this. Welcome to Santa Barbara for CCL Baseball on the Forsters Network. Today, the Stars will welcome in the Menlo Park Legends for a Friday afternoon matchup and a rare meeting with the team from the Northern Division. I'm Hunter Shoemaker alongside Nate Martin, and we welcome you to Eddie Matthews Field. Well, Nate, this is the first time that the two teams will meet all year in the start of a two-game series with just 2 games left in the regular season in CCL play for the Stars.
Yeah, this is technically these last 2 games are the final CCL games of the summer for Santa Barbara, and it's coming against the Menlo Park team, scrappy, hungry, looking to prove itself as, all the other CCL teams still have 2 full weeks left to play, and, the Legends definitely do have something to prove. They're a little bit out of that, tight CCL North Division race that we've been talking about a lot with, 4 teams within 2 games of each other. They're currently 6 games back of the Sonoma Stompers, who sit in first place. But this is a team that, has series wins over the second place Walnut Creek Crawdads. They've gotten good wins over the Blues and Stompers as well. So it's a team that can definitely play pretty well. They got some really exciting players that we're going to get to watch today, and I think it should be a fun 2 days.
And here's the lineup for the Menlo Park Legends. Leading off the DH, Quincy Villa. To bat second, the shortstop, James Bowes. Batting third and at first base, Mitchell Birdsall. Batting fourth at second base, Austin Rabago. To bat fifth, Cal Zamitis will be the third baseman. Batting sixth and in left field, Will Anderson. Batting seventh in right field, Cole Curtis. In the eighth spot, the catcher, Blake Cowens. Charlie Degler batted the ninth spot, the center fielder, with Quinn Robertson, the starting pitcher for the Menlo Park Legends. But the starter today for the Stars will be Nick Abraham.
Yeah, and Abraham has been a really solid arm out of the pen for the Forsters. This is his 3rd start of a summer, kind of in transition into that role. And his previous 2 starts, he's gone 5 innings, allowed minimal runs and get strikeouts.
Abraham entering today a 2-0 record, a 2.46 ERA. Santa Barbara entering today 21-9, their 32nd game of the season, and the 32nd game for Menlo Park entering 13-18, making the trip all the way down. Start of a 3-game road trip for the Legends. First pitch from Abraham, a high strike and underway from Santa Barbara. Quincy Villa hitting .267 in the leadoff spot. And you want to retire this man as much as you can when he gets on base. Unbelievable what he does. And quickly, Abraham is ahead 0-2.
Yeah, almost a guarantee to steal, second base. This is a guy who leads the league in stolen bases with 32. A lot of great speed. Someone who, I'm sure if Bill Pintard knew about, maybe would like to have him on his team.
0-2 from Abraham. Off the helmet. Here comes Sierra Moreno, the trainer for Santa Barbara. And with Quincy getting looked at, we'll step aside. Just underway here in Santa Barbara. Quincy Villa gets an ovation here at Santa Barbara High School, taking a fastball off the helmet and will go down to first base. Got checked out by the trainers, and thankfully everything's okay with the DH today for the Menlo Park Legends. He is aboard to start off this game.
Yeah, really, really scary sight. You know, it's something we've seen a few times this summer where guys get hit in the head, they get looked at by the trainers, but so many times they make that way over to first base and ready to fight through it, continue playing. Valiant effort from Quincy Villa just to remain in this game so far.
So here's James Bowes, and Abraham has to resettle himself as well. To the left side, Castillon flips one out to first, and they got them both. Double play turned. Good work by the infield, and we just mentioned Nate Castillon, a new shortstop today for Santa Barbara. We'll take a look at the defense. Xavier Esker, who's been at second, is at third today. Nate Castillon playing in his first game with Santa Barbara. Just turned 2 is at short. Sawyer Farr at second base. Caden Miller at first base. Vince Gambardella does the catching. Mick Paul is in left. Terrence Kill in center. And Brenton Clark in right. So some changes on the infield.
Yeah, and Castillon, you know, the big one. This is his first game with the Foresters. Someone that Bill Pintard said he's got great defensive ability. And you saw right there on the turn double play.
The AB starts off to Mitchell Birdsall with a ball inside. Birdsall hitting .271 entering today, and beginning of a 2-game series against the Menlo Park Legends. To Castillon once again, and the shortstop early action and a quick inning for Nick Abraham, and great to see Villa all right after getting hit in the head. Return double play, and Birdsall is retired. A half inning, Forster bats coming up next. No score from Santa Barbara.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Bottom of the first inning, no score between the Legends and the Sturs. Here's the lineup for Santa Barbara. Xavier Esker will lead off at third base. Mick Paul will bat second and left. Terrence Kill is at third and center field. Should say batting third and center field. Brenton Clark in the cleanup spot in right field. To bat fifth, Caden Miller, who is at first base. The second baseman today is Sawyer Farr. To bat sixth, batting seventh, the DH Caleb Hoover. In the 8th spot, doing the catching, Vince Gambardella. Nick Castellano, who made those nice plays at short, will bat ninth. Nick Abraham, the starting pitcher for Santa Barbara. But Quinn Robertson will have his 6th start of the season, ERA of 6.56 entering today.
Yeah, but coming off of probably his toughest appearance of the summer, a 7-1 loss against the Merchants where he only won an inning, gave up 4 runs off of 3 hits, and one walk. You know, this is a guy, though, that when called upon, pretty reliable strikeout arm, usually averages around 3-4 each appearance. And, you know, the main thing to watch, it's not the walks, it's the hit. In his most recent loss, he gave up 8 hits to no walks. So, you know, guys like Xavier Esker hoping to take advantage of that, someone who likes to swing early in the at-bats.
Once again, Xavier Esker in the top spot of the lineup for Santa Barbara. Thanks for joining us. It's another beautiful day here in Santa Barbara. Regular season coming to a close quickly for the Sturs. Esker will start off the inning, high ball, and Xavier hitting .222 entering today.
Really cool moment here for Xavier. Played for the Legends Travel Ball team when he was younger, growing up in the Bay Area in Palo Alto.
Skies under this one. It's out of play for strike one.
Obviously, a lot of these guys with Menlo Park from the Bay Area, you know, playing at a lot of the great baseball programs up there in the WCAL, and a lot of good public school teams up in that region as well.
Currently pacing the Northern Division, Sonoma at 20-13, their overall CCL record. Let's tap back now. Ball and 2 strikes on Esker.
Of course, Esker from Palo Alto. No, he's one of only 2 players in California state history to hit 2 home runs in 1 inning. You know who the other one was?
Mm-mm.
Ted Williams. Good company, if
Ooh,
you ask me.
that is very nice company. 1-2 pitch now to Esker. That is down. 2-2, and we can take a look at the defense today for the Legends. Blake Cowan's behind the plate. Cal Zamaitis is at third. James Bowes is at short. Austin Rabago, second baseman. Mitchell Birdsall is at first. In left field, Will Anderson. Charlie Degler in center. Cole Curtis out in right.
Interesting to not see Quincy Villa in the defensive mix. Was in the All-Star game, the defensive MVP, made a great diving grab against Easton Muma, funnily enough.
2-2 pitch to Esker. Stays alive.
Of course, Muma not playing today, and the man occupying his normal third base position, Xavier Esker, where he usually likes to play with the UCSB Gauchos.
Very comfortable at the hot corner is Esker. He's fouled off a couple, making Robertson work to start off this game. 2-2 pitch. Check swing and able to lay off of it. Full count. After Esker will be Mick Paul, then Terrence Kill the second. Santa Barbara to continue what they did yesterday against the Philippines, a 10-3 win over the affiliate. Payoff pitch is inside. And a leadoff walk for Esker starts the ball game.
Great leadoff AB from Esker. Worked a couple of foul balls and actually gets walked in a long first AB of the day. It's exactly what you're supposed to do as the leadoff man.
So here's Mick Paul coming to the plate. Bumped up in the 2 spot today. Yesterday was batting 5th. Had a very solid day at the plate. And really, when you look down what Santa Barbara did offensively, everyone had some good success at the plate. Check on Esker, who does have 3 stolen bases and didn't have any stolen bases yesterday, where Santa Barbara was very aggressive. Ended up picking up 5 stolen bags on the day yesterday. Comes the first pitch now to Mick Paul. Ball 1.
Yeah, and that's something that, you know, the Sturs were kind of doing a lot earlier in the year and then laid off it a bit, especially during that, you know, tough stretch against a lot of the best teams in the South Division and the Blues. But back on it here in the final weeks in the lead up to Wichita, and it's exactly how you want to be playing if you're Bill Pintard, aggressive on the base path and trying to catch teams off guard.
That is away for ball 2. When you look back to yesterday for Paul, RBI single, he plated 2 runs, a sac fly as well, and actually reached on all 4 occasions when he came to the plate.
Got a couple stolen bases too.
Reached on a
Someone-
drop third strike. Closer check on Esker this time.
There's so many guys, you know, especially in this top part of the lineup, Esker, Paul, Kill, and Clark, that all have a great speed, and if they get on, are threats to steal.
1 on, nobody out. That's a 2-0 pitch, missing away to Mick Paul. Ball 3. After Mick will be Terrence Kill. Been in the 3 spot today, and typically Easton Muma has been a mainstay in the 3-hole this season for Bill Pintard. Not playing today. It's a 3-0. Away for ball 4 and back-to-back walks start the ball game for Quinn Robertson.
Yeah, but that was a different walk right there. You know, the first one was a battle between batter and hitter and pitcher. That one was just 4 pitches outside, not even finding the zone. Trying to go work the away side against the lefty Paul, and just didn't work.
And that's going to now bring up Terrence Kill the second. TK to hit from the right side against the right-hander who hails from Scottsdale, Arizona. High and tight, ball 1 to TK, who's batting third today. Had a hit yesterday coming in the third inning, played it a run as well. The lead runner is Esker. Paul now aboard at first. To the left side and down and past the third baseman. From second base, Esker's coming around. Paul to third and a double for Terrence Kill, and the Sturs are on the board. A 1-0 lead in the opening inning.
And that's a big hit right there for Terrence Kill, a guy who, that's a little colder for him recently. He's having a hard time finding what was working, but, get something down that third base line. It goes past the third baseman for the Legends, Midas, and that speed goes all the way to second for the double.
So here is Brenton Clark, 2 on, 1 out. One nothing Forster lead. How many can they push in, looking to punish Robertson after back-to-back walks starting off this ball game? Here comes an 0-1. That is inside. 0-1.
It's not getting easier here. Robertson, Brendan Clark, one of the best on-basemen in the league. OBP of 500.
He's at 2-1. It's been unbelievable Clark is able to do this season. We talked about it yesterday. And 2 walks and an infield single. All this through 30 games, and your on-base percentage is over 500. Run in, 2-1 pitch.
That's just so unbelievable. His ability to see the ball and reading, knowing where the zone is, understanding how to send the ball in the opposite field as well is such a big advantage as a hitter.
Here comes the 2-2 pitch. To the right side, Zabago. Instead, it's going to be Birdsall Phipps for the second out. It's going to bring home a run. Rather, the first out brings home the second run. Paul will score. Brenton Clark makes it a 2-0 game in the first.
That's as an RBI all the same. It was pretty, but Stars increase their lead here early.
Two nothing Forster leading. Strike 1 to Caden Miller. Terrence Kill is at third base. 0-1 the count. Sturs able to capitalize on back-to-back walks. That's outside first. Strike 2.
A really solid day yesterday. A loud double into opposite field gap. Doing a really job, really, in EP as well, and running balls in opposite field. As we kind of were saying with Brenton Clark, that's such a valuable asset having your lineup, somebody to go the opposite way and kind of not where defense is thinking.
So play down at third base, and to be close. They got Kill off the third. Great read by Cowens. 2 down in the inning.
A great read by Blake Cowens. Terrence Kill is definitely taking a wider lead over at third and got caught out.
2-0 Forster lead. Now a 1-2 pitch called strike 3. Santa Barbara able to push in 2 runs, but Robertson does limit the damage just 2. Through 1, Santa Barbara 2-0 lead over the Legends. Nick Abraham now has a 2-0 lead. Forster's on top of the Legends. And the ball will start the inning to Austin Rabago. It's Rabago, Zamitis, Anderson scheduled for the Legends after this ball game started. Quincy Villa getting hit in the head with a fastball. He reached base, but then Abraham was able to turn a double play. Here's a shot in the left center. Terrence Kill, a long run, and makes the play out in left center, one away.
You know, Terrence Kill, former recruit as a receiver in football as well, was being pursued by A&M and a lot of other power schools, and you can see it right there. Track that one perfectly in the outfield, over the shoulder grab. I'm sure they could use some of those plays like that in the Cal Field with the Aggies football team.
Nobody on, one out. First pitch fouled back by Cal Zamitis. Strike one. So the Foresters an early cushion. Just the second team outside, I should say the first team outside of the Slow Blues this season that the Foresters are playing from the Northern Division. Comes an 0-1. Slider from Abraham locates for strike two.
Beautiful breaking ball. Zamitis didn't even think about swinging at that one.
One down, 0-2 pitch. Foul back. Zamitis entering today hitting .308, but he's one of these guys in the middle of this lineup for the Menlo Park Legends. OPS of over 1,000. He's one of the guys that, especially if men are in front of him on base, he's one that can do some damage. 0-2 pitch. Ball one.
Yeah, and, you know, if you look at the Legends, a lot of guys with, you know, a couple home runs, a lot of extra base hit, a team that, you know, has good power bats, and that's something the Stars have struggled with against a little bit.
In the hole, left side, it's through for a base hit. First hit of the day for the Legends, coming with one away off the bat of Zamitis.
And we've mainly seen Xavier Esker at second base. They playing position that he hasn't played since the school year at third, and it's always tough to adjust defensively. Such a different play, and just like that, got past him in the infield, and easy one-out knock for Zamitis.
1 on, 1 out, and here's Will Anderson. The Legends looking to respond after conceding 2 runs. All things considered, Quinn Robertson with some good help by his defense, able to limit to just 2 runs after back-to-back walks, and then a double by Terrence Kill. First 3 men reaching, and you limit it to 2 runs. A little hold up down, looking towards the bullpen down that left field line.
There's no third base right now for the Legends. The man who was at third is now over at first.
That is strike one on Anderson. Anderson hitting a .182. And now the 6th spot today for the Legends. And the teams will also meet again tomorrow. And that'll be the regular season finale in terms of CCL play for the Stars. 0-1. Up the middle and caught by Castillon, trying to double him up at first. In safely is Zamitis, but 2 out in the second.
You're already seeing the defense that Castillon provides there at short. Bullet to the Cal Poly Mustang, and fields it without a sweat.
So now 2 down. Here's Cole Curtis, with Zamitis remaining at first base. In case you're wondering, no attempted stolen bases on the year for the man at first. That's inside. Ball 1.
See how much vertical drop that breaking ball from Abraham has? That is really tough to read as a batter.
There's a 1-0 pitch now to Curtis. That's in there. 1-1. Curtis hitting .308 entering today. The exact same on-base percentage as his average. There's a 1-1. Chopped. It's going to be Sawyer Farr at second base today, and the side is retired. Abraham works around a 1-out knock, and through 1.5, Santa Barbara on top 2-0 over the Legends.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Forester's home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara Airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara Airport. Prepare for departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
Bottom of the second inning. Santa Barbara, a 2-0 lead over the Legends. Sawyer Farr, Caleb Hoover, Vince Gambardella will be coming to the plate. That is 6, 7, and 8. Quinn Robertson did well just to limit the damage to 2 runs after the first 3 men all reaching base in the opening inning.
Yeah, did really good job to limit the damage, you know. It's especially tough to get Terrence Kill out on the base paths, and great read by Blake Cowens behind the dish on that one.
First pitch to Sawyer Farr will miss away at the knees, ball 1. Sawyer hitting 6 today, and we've seen him already some early action at second base defensively. We noted early on this season the Swiss Army knife that is Sawyer Farr. Ball 2 away as Sawyer's played in nearly every position throughout this field and been typically at shortstop the past couple weeks, and that's second today.
Yeah, he definitely has been manning, you know, shortstop, which is his preferred position out of high school. What he's listed as on the Texas A&M roster. You know, we've seen that versatility, and it's such a valuable asset to have. A true Swiss Army knife, both defensively and offensively, obviously a switch hitter as well.
Comes a 2-1 pitch from Robertson. Check swing, and he went around 2-2. Farr's hitting .253 entering today, but nice on-base percentage of .408. Leading off the second, the Stars leading 2-0. 2-2 pitch, well away, full count. Comes a 3-2 pitch to Sawyer Farr. Struck him out 1 away in the second.
Second K of the day for Robertson. That time got him swinging away and low. Nice location by the righty.
So with 1 away, that's going to bring up now Caleb Hoover. Caleb today, batting at the 7th spot, serving as the DH. Saw him enter yesterday after Brenton Clark was lifted for Hoover to pinch hit for him. This is into center field and a base hit. Well done, Hoover, a 1-out knock, and the Stars have their second hit of the day.
Coming out aggressive, first pitch swinging, and it pays off. A guy in Hoover who's usually, you know, pretty patient in his ABs, high on base percentage, but saw something he liked and turned on it.
That's now going to bring up Vince Gambardella. Getting the start today behind the plate, batting 8th. And we've touched on it, Nate, what Vince Gambardella has meant to this team, especially the men down in the bullpen. You hear the chants from the Forster pen cheering on Gambo. Waits the first pitch. To the right side, and it's through for a base hit. Hoover is thinking he's headed to third base, scooped up by Curtis. It's cut off, and runners on the corners. After back-to-back hits in the second.
How about that? Caleb Hoover going first to third. Something you see every day. Nice job by Gambo. And that knock to get the runners on the corners for the new man, Nate Castellon.
As Nate gets some signs from Steve Shuck, the third base coach, playing in his first game, making his Forster debut this afternoon. First and third, only a single out. That's inside from Robertson, ball 1. Nate Castellon playing for Cal Poly, and he's familiar with this area in Central California, and a fantastic player this past year for the Mustangs. Hit .356, along with impeccable defense. He's ahead 2-0.
And we're very lucky to have, one of the main stats guys for Cal Poly and Miles Harp over here, sitting to the right of me and Hunter. He said, this is a guy with very good bat-to-ball skills. You saw that his freshman year, one of the best freshmen in the conference. And you can kind of see it right there, mainly a contact guy, but with a little more pop than you would expect in that 5'10", 175 frame.
How many can bring him home in the second? Hoover's the lead runner at third. Gambardella at first. 2-1 pitch is hit high and deep into left, and Nate Castellon is off the wall, halfway up the wall, and Hoover will come home. Gambardella to third base, and a double for the man in his first game with the Foresters.
I don't know if you could have a better introduction than that, Hunter. RBI double in your first plate appearance of the summer. You shouldn't be surprised from one of the best freshmen in the country this past spring. And he does have some speed on the base paths as well.
3 straight hits for Santa Barbara. 3-0 score. Second and third, and back to the top of the order for Xavier Esker. Chopped into the Legends dugout, and you feel like this is already an important junction of this game for Robertson and the Legends. Already 3 runs up, just through an inning and a third, and with 2 men in scoring position, just a single out. Things can get out of hand for the Menlo Park Legends. Strike 1 pitch. 1-1.
Yeah, and Robertson, he's one of those guys that can struggle with hits. You think back to that appearance we were kind of talking about earlier against the Seagulls. We gave up 8 hits in 5 innings. We're giving up 5 today.
1-1. It is away. Ball 2, and we have seen 2 runs batted in this ball game. Those RBIs brought to us by our friends at Gold's Gym. Gold's has 3 locations in Santa Barbara where the Foresters train to win. Gold's Gym. 2-1 the count for Xavier Esker. In the left, drawing, and that ball is fair down into the corner. Gambardella will score. Castellon from second will score with ease in a 2-run double for Esker. 5-0 Santa Barbara.
Something we haven't seen too much from the Stars, but extra base hits getting it done here in the second. RBI double from Castellon, and then 2 runs come in on that double down the left field line from Esker. 2 of the guys in the infield with some sneaky pop going all the way to the wall in those ones. Nice job, Xavier Esker, against his former travel ball team.
Still with just a single out, 3 runs in. The batter is now Mick Paul. Good read from Cowens to snare that ball and avoid a wild pitch from Robertson. You see some men now trotting down to that bullpen for the Legends.
Should be noted, coming down, it's about a 5-hour drive from the Bay Area, and the Legends didn't bring their entire pitching staff, so not as many arms that you feel like you can go to.
Popped up now into foul ground. Zemaitis camps out under it and will make the play in foul territory outside of third base for the second out of the inning. Paul retired. That's going to bring up Terrence Kill with 2 down. And on that train of thought, Nate, start of a 3-game road trip for this Legends team, of course, playing Santa Barbara tomorrow, and then on their way back up north, have a pit stop in San Luis Obispo to play the Blues and go into their off day on Monday. And that'll be on Monday for Santa Barbara, end of their regular season, get ready to leave for Wichita. That's a strike to start off the plate appearance for Terrence Kill. 5-0 the lead, a 3-run inning, and 4 straight hits until Mick Paul fouled out for the second out. Esker is at second. Here's the 0-1. Inside, ball and a strike. Wind's currently blowing out towards left center field. But another gorgeous day in Santa Barbara, and can't ask for much better weather than we've had the last couple weeks. 1-1 pitch to TK. Inside, ball 2. And Santa Barbara's going to have to get acclimated quite quickly when they head over to Wichita, and expected mid-90s, pushing 100, and on that field, it's going to be baking for these players next week. 2-1. Into left, and it is falling for a base hit. Esker is coming in. That ball will get away from Anderson. Down to second is Kill, and is now 6-0 Santa Barbara. And TK now 2 for 2. And 2 RBIs as well.
Yeah, it remains to be seen if how we scored. It was a single with an error or a double, but I'd give the double to him. Why not? That was a great piece of hitting, and a guy who, as we said, the bats are cold for him, but he's 2 for 2 today. A lot of speed, and it's not getting easier with Brenton Clark at the plate.
4 runs in the second inning for Santa Barbara. Clark down the third baseline. Here is Zemaitis. Instead, it's Robertson late, and the bunt single by Clark. I understand it's going to be an illegally batted ball by Brenton. That's going to end the inning. Clark likely out of the box on the bunt. Bill Pintar just outside of your picture talking with the plate umpire. Clark is going to be out for an illegally batted ball. Abraham back to the hill, but Santa Barbara have pushed in 4 onto the third. 6-0 Santa Barbara lead.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Welcome back to Eddie Matthews Field, where it's the top of the third and a 6-0 ball game in favor of the Santa Barbara Foresters. Nate Martin and Hunter Shoemake with you for this inning as we got 8-9-1 for the Legends. Blake Cowens leading things off here. Cowens, already making some nice plays behind the dish.
He has that nice play in the first inning. Catch Terrence Kill sleeping off of third base, and he's going to have his first look at Abraham.
Abraham's been pretty solid today. Some strikeouts, forcing some nice defensive plays from his infield. His first pitch of the AB will be inside, called for a ball. Cowens hitting .230 this summer. Abraham working quick, fouled off by Cowens, evens things up at 1 apiece. Cowens, only a couple guys on this Legends team with experience with the Menlo Park Legends family, as the 1-1 is fouled off yet again to bring the count to 1-2. Played for the Menlo Park Legacy last summer. Catcher there. Also got some run as a pitcher, where we saw, fastball and slider combo as he swings and misses at that one for strike 3. Big cut by the catcher.
One familiar thread we talked about yesterday was how good Santa Barbara pitching has been at just striking men out. Yesterday, 14. That's the first today for Abraham.
Abraham, of course, one of the strikeout guys on the staff. Last game against the Blues in his most recent start, struck out 7. I'll bring up Charlie Degler. First pitch finds the zone, 0-1. Degler been one of the better players summer for the Legends, hitting .370, 13 stolen bases as well, so you do not want to get him on. 0-1. Tried to be pinned in the zone by Gambardella, but unsuccessful. 1-1 now. Wind up from Abraham. Fouled. Brings things to 1-2. Degler, another one of those guys from the Bay Area, went to Gunn High School in Palo Alto. So he looks at that one, low and inside, evened up at ball 2. Down, nobody on here for the 9-hole hitter with Quincy Villa. Actually, it'll not be Quincy Villa, a new player coming in, Emilio Feliciano on deck. Two. Fouled off. We'll do it again. I don't think it's really too much of a surprise after that scary hit ball to the helmet that Quincy Villa got pulled from the game.
Yeah, the pinch hitter standing on deck, and it was just great to see Villa down to first base and ended up being retired in a double play.
2-2. Wind and into right field. Frank Clark cuts it off, but Degler, reaches on the 1-out knock. One on, one down. For the top of the order, Emilio Feliciano, guy who plays his collegiate ball at the home field of the Menlo Park Legends with the San Mateo Bulldogs. Feliciano getting from the right-hand side. Of course, the DH. And we'll take that one. We're called strike 1.
And we did mention the running game for Quincy Villa, the 32 stolen bases, and you mentioned it for Degler, his running game. He's got 13, and it's huge having the number 9 and number 1 batters in the lineup being such big threats on the base pass, but Degler, second best on the team.
And it's something we've seen a lot, of course, from the Foresters. These are really the main 2 guys in terms of stolen bases that we'll see today for the Legends. And that one, the curveball clipsing the zone for 1-2. The 0-2 to Feliciano. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Retired on 3 straight. Pressure on James Bowes now to advance a runner with 2 down. This last time up. Rounded out into a double play, 6-4-3. So runner on first. It's Degler. Steal a base. First pitch, fouled off, 0-1. Bose, one of a couple all-stars offensively, 4 of the legends. It's college ball just down the road at LMU in Los Angeles. Abraham checks on the runner, Degler, and not in time. Definitely a guy, as we said, you want to keep an eye on over at first.
Absolutely. And of course, the Legends, when you look at what they've done, their running game, 100 stolen bases, or I should say attempts on the year as a unit. Most of that, of course, being via.
Hit over to Castillon, who's unable to field it. Seen a lot of great defensive plays over there. That one will go down as an E6. And 2 on now for Mitchell Birdsall. 2 outs. Birdsall last time grounded out to short. And to get the first runs of the day on the board for Menlo Park. First pitch from Abraham. Hit high into center field. Kill tracking back over his head and will make the grab. Another great defensive play from TK to end the third, to end the top of the third. When we return, it'll be Caden Miller, Sawyer Farr, and Caleb Hoover for the Foresters.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Foresters home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara Airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara Airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
What better way to spend a Friday afternoon watching Foresters baseball? Currently leading 6-0 over the Menlo Park Legends. It'll be Caden Miller, Sawyer Farr, and Caleb Hoover to the plate. Stars have gotten a run in the first 2 innings, hoping to continue that here against Robertson. First pitch, hit on, and just goes foul. Miller, one of the guys, struck out first time through the order, looking to end the first inning. Steps back into the box for the 0-1 from Robertson. Fouled off yet again, 0-2. Miller also had a really solid day yesterday. Loud double, was aggressive on the base paths as well. That's something really valuable from a guy like your first baseman.
Well, absolutely. We've seen that throughout this season with Miller and also Hoover over there at first base, primarily the two holding down the first base bag. And great to see Miller. Also 2 walks to his name with that double, which brought home 2 runs. Big day for Caden.
Behind here 0-2, however. Wind up. Side ball 1. To that point about the first baseman, it's mainly been Miller and Hoover over the last couple weeks. Adding another one to the mix, though, Jack Holman, guy who can play over there as well as catch and the outfield. Really versatile player defensively, as the 1-2 will miss yet again, evens things up at 2-2. And of course, Holman played with the Stars last summer.
Yeah, and great to see Jack. Just played with UC Santa Barbara this past year, and expect to see him tomorrow for Bill Pintard.
To Miller with 2-2. Hit and fielded by the shortstop. Throw to first in time. What a play by James Bose. Laid out and gets out Miller at first. Brings up Sawyer Farr with 1 down.
James Bose. What a play in the hole. Fantastic work by that shortstop for the Legends to rob Miller of a base hit.
You see why he was named an all-star at that position. Great defense. Such a valuable spot. That brings up second baseman for the Foresters, Sawyer Farr. First pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Of course, Farr struck out first time through the order. And it's back here with 1 down against Robertson. The 0-1. Swing and a miss yet again, 0-2. And Robertson this inning doing a good job getting ahead on the count.
Indeed, and wants to take care of Farr with what's looming behind him. After Farr struck out, which started the second inning, the next 4 are all recorded hits against him. So he wants to have the bases clear and 2 down when he faces Caleb Hoover next.
Hoover, the man on deck right now. Nobody on, 1 out here. The 0-2 just misses the zone. Farr spat on that one, and it was a good decision. Close one, though. Robertson slowing things down, the windup. Miss outside yet again. Farr coming back in the count here, 2-2. One of those guys that you don't want to get on. Double-digit stolen base numbers. Really solid speed. The 2-2 comes. Hit high into the left center. It will be squeezed on by the left fielder, Anderson, for the second out. Robertson, tying the first 2 he's faced. The first time today. Up Caleb Hoover with nobody on, 2 outs.
And Robertson, after all the traffic in the first and second innings, the 6-0 lead, and done well against Miller and Sawyer Farr in their second look at Robertson.
First pitch to Hoover. Low for ball 1. Hoover last time around swung on the first pitch he saw from Robertson. Turned it into a base hit. Of course, started that 4-run rally in the second. The 1-0. In the dirt yet again, 2-0. Hoover getting ready to head over to South Carolina. Going to have another Forester joining him. Bryce Navarre, the left-hander, just committed to the Gamecocks today.
Congratulations to Bryce.
2-0. Swung on high, fly into right center, and away. Caleb Hoover, solo shot in the third. Participated in the home run derby on Wednesday, and 2 days later, gets his second bomb of the summer.
When we saw Hoover in batting practice earlier today, he was just mashing them. And you figure now he's 2 for 2. He's already got a base hit, seeing Robertson well. It's just a matter of time. And Hoover Fantastic piece of hitting.
Oh, it is so incredible to see Hoover get his first home run of the summer here at Eddie Matthews. Previous one came away at Jackie Robinson Field, a tough place to homer. Made that look easy as Gambardella lines that one into opposite field for the third out, but the Stars get another run on the board thanks to the Caleb Hoover solo shot, 7-0 as we head into the top of the fourth. It'll be Rabago, Zamaitis, and Anderson for the Legends.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
Man they call Abraham Lincoln in command here as we enter the top of the fourth inning. 34 pitches from Nick Abraham, and he's yet to allow a run, a couple of strikeouts as well as we have some defensive changes. Terrence Kill at second, the main one I caught. Esker still at third. Did you catch some of those changes?
Yeah, Zane Becker is now in left. Sawyer Farr is out of the ball game, so Becker's going to enter in the sixth spot for Sawyer Farr. Mick Paul's now in center, and then TK's over at second. So those three changes defensively with just Sawyer Farr exiting the game.
Good to see TK back at second, the position he's played a bit this summer as the first pitch from Abraham misses 1-0 here. Rabago, Zamaitis, and Anderson to the plate for Menlo Park this inning, with Rabago up at the count 1-1. Of course, Kill, usually, he's already made a couple great plays out in center, moved him into the infield now, and obviously such a different animal playing at second base compared to center field.
Yeah, it is, but, we've seen TK at second a couple times this season. He's had sometimes not too many balls hit to him, but when he has, he's been pretty silky smooth over at second.
He's complained about that whenever he plays at second. He always wants to get some more action there. As the 2-1 hit on. Kill was ready to run over and cover, but it ended up going foul. 2-2. Rabago last time around lined out to Terrence Kill in the second inning. It was a great play. TK. Abraham. 2-2. Fouled back. We'll do it again.
And defensively now for Santa Barbara. Misheard. Bill Pintard. Brenton Clark will be in center. Zane Becker is now in right. Mick Paul remains in left field. Those were the defensive changes.
Fouled off yet again. Rabago giving some good fight here to Nick Abraham. Guy who was named an all-star alternate. His college ball over at Hendrix College. The 2-2. High ball 3, and just like that, leadoff man Rabago gets himself to a full count. Payoff. Swung on over to short. Esker Fields throw. And out. I should say that was Castellon, the new man, making the play defensively. A nice job yet again by Nate over there at short.
All right, fans, it's time for the beer batter.
So that'll bring up Calzamitis here, the third baseman. Had the single on Abraham last time around. First pitch. Looked at, strike one. Swung on over to Terrence Kill, who hops up and makes the grab for out. 2 of the inning, and a nice play for TK over there at second.
Terrence Gill getting some action in his new position. Sawyer Farr departing.
Good to see TK in that one. That'll bring up Will Anderson here. A left fielder, another all-star alternate for the Legends. First pitch. Low for ball 1. Last time around, Anderson ripped one over to Camion at short. Looks at that one. Great take on ball 2.
We have seen Nick working that outer portion of the plate. We'll see what he goes to here. Lefty bat of Will Anderson.
2-0. Swing and a miss. 2-1. A massive cut. The power bat. Very solid JUCO spring where Anderson hit 455, 36 extra base hits. We'll look at that one. Ball 3, getting ahead here against Abraham.
Not too often we've seen Abraham fall behind. Really, this entire season has
Yet
been
to walk a batter. 3-1. Looked at, ball 4. A 2-out walk from Abraham, his first of the summer. Anderson struts over to first with 2 down.
on the day. That's just the 5th base runner, one of which reached on error. There was a hit batsman, 2 hits, and that walk been very solid from Nick Abraham after the last couple days, past week. Some exceptional starting pitching all the way through for Santa Barbara.
That's obviously so massive to have your starters firing on all cylinders heading into Wichita, which is just a few days away. First pitch to Curtis, second time through the order. Looked at, strike one. Last time around, Cole grounded out to second 4-3 in the second inning. Got a runner on first and Anderson. The 0-1. Fouled off, 0-2.
Abraham just went with the sinker and then the slider. We'll see what he tosses here. Well, ahead 0-2 on Curtis.
Both look similar out of the arm. One goes outside, one goes in. So tough to read as the batter if it's firing. As the 0-2 swing on. Strike 3. Retires Curtis and ends the top of the 4th. No damage when we return the bottom of the 4th for the Santa Barbara Foresters, who look to add on to the 7-0 lead.
Attention young fans. If you'd like to
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
Sun still shining bright as we head into the bottom of the 4th. Castellan, Esker, and Paul heading up here in the bottom of the 4th, where the Foresters lead 7-0. Castellan, the debut player, 1-for-1 with an RBI double second inning, and gets it there.
Ouch, that looks like it hurt. This hit by a pitch brought to you by AltaOrthopedics.com. Got hurt? Call them.
First hit by pitch of the day for Quinn Robertson, and gets the leadoff man on for the top of the order, Xavier Esker, who has reached both times through, including a 2-run double in the second. First pitch to Esker, swung on, and going foul into the bullpen on a liner.
A lot of production all the way through the order today for the Foresters. Top 3 and bottom 3 specific, those 6. 7 through 3 have been solid for the Sturs.
The 9-hitter, Castellan on first. Getting hit by a pitch with Esker. The play here, nobody out, 1 on. One swung on again into left field and falls shallow. Base hit. Castellan into second, and just like that, 2 on very quickly here in the bottom of the 4th.
Esker having another solid day at the plate. Picks up his second knock.
I think it means a little more for him, you know, playing against a lot of these guys that he probably grew up playing against in the peninsula.
Yeah, not every day you get to play against a team that associated with in past years, and always great to see for Esker. And on for the 3rd time today.
Bring up Mick Paul, hitting from the left-hand side. For 1 today with a walk in the 1st. Looks at that one, dropped by Cowens, but the runners were holed. Castellan had no hesitation to stay. Esker was ready to take off at first. Instead, 1-0 to Paul. The windup from Robertson. Outside again, ball 2. And really, that was where a lot of those pitches were being located against Paul in that 4-pitch walk in the 1st. And he'll work the outer part of the plate against the lefty.
A stretch where Santa Barbara just been able to chain base runners together, and they've already got 2, and Paul's ahead in the count.
2-0 will miss low, ball 3, and don't load the bases with nobody out here with Terrence Kill, who's 2 for 2, and Brendan Clark man's up next for Santa Barbara. Wind up, delivery, finds the zone 3-1. Paul Summer, where he's looking to bring some momentum into the fall with the new school in Washington, where he just transferred from LSU. Of course, won a couple of national championships with the Tigers over the last couple years. The 3-1 will miss outside, ball 4. That will load him up.
Now batting, sponsored by the Santa Barbara Mayor, Randy Rouse. Number 2, Terrence Kill II.
Terrence Kill now heading to the plate. Some movement in the bullpen. You got to think Quinn Robertson's on a tight leash here in the 4th with bases loaded, nobody out.
We did see some guys trot down there earlier in the game, and other than that solo shot by Caleb Hoover, worked efficiently in the 3rd, and you thought he was starting to find his groove, but 3 straight base runners to start off the 4th, and not the man you want to be facing.
Kill swinging first pitch and through into the outfield. 1 run comes across the plate. Esker coming home, 2. Kill slides into 2nd, and the ball would get away from the shortstop, but just like that, 2 more runs come across the plate. It's the Terrence Kill.
Now batting, sponsored by Pacific
And we'll
Crest.
see how that one is scored.
Brenton Clark.
It's fielded very awkwardly by the second baseman, Rabago. And a bad throw into 2nd from the right fielder. Either way, 2 runs come across the plate. You got runners in scoring position and a mound visit to Quinn Robertson.
Terrence Kill delivering yet again. 4 RBIs now for TK on the day. And remember, all these runs batted in for the Foresters today, brought to us by our friends at Gold's Gym. Gold's has a couple locations in Santa Barbara. The Foresters train for victory.
Yeah, and Kill, as you said, responsible for 4 of them so far and no signs of slowing down. Robertson's going to stay on the mound here, but been a tight release with runners on 2nd and 3rd. Nobody out for Brenton Clark. Clark grounded out in the 1st, and then first time we've seen something all summer, an illegally batted ball in the 2nd. Left the batter's box on an attempted bunt. 3rd time facing Robertson here in the 4th inning. First pitch to Clark. Swung on over to 2nd. Rabago Fields, throw into 1st in time, but McPaul scores a run. Another RBI ground out. And a 10-0 lead here now for the Stars, and we're only through 4. Bring up Caden Miller. 1 down, 1 on. Of course, Terrence Kill over at 3rd. First pitch, swung on and into the outfield. That'll score a run, and Miller struts into 1st on the RBI single. 11-0 for the Stars. So that's the 4th run of the inning. Only 1 out here for Robertson. Brings up Zane Becker for his first appearance of the day. Manning right field this afternoon. First pitch. Looked at, going away for ball 1. Becker, one of those guys that's kind of been rotating in the catcher spot. We've also seen him a lot recently playing in the outfield. That defensive versatility is so useful for Bill Pintard.
Oh, absolutely, and being brought in this game.
Line. Becker introduces himself with a loud single down the 3rd base line, and Another knock here in the 4th inning. Robertson bleeding. And that'll likely be his day. The pitching coach for the Legends out of the pen and waving in a reliever. Robertson is done after surrendering 11 runs. Got 2 on, 1 out. We'll be back very shortly.
Santa Barbara Airport has 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta Air, Southwest, and United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just one stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Welcome back to Eddie Matthews Field. We are still in the 4th inning after Robertson was relieved of pitching duties. Under his eyes, Santa Barbara Foresters scored 11 runs on 10 hits. The bats are hot this Friday afternoon.
And only 2 strikeouts for Santa Barbara so far through 3 1/3, and chance to tack on more. 4 runs in the 4th, 11-0 lead, and Hoover's had himself a fantastic day already.
Yeah, obviously, home run last time up. A very hard hit home run as well. 395 was your distance. 103 miles an hour off the bat, but he'll be facing a southpaw, Paul Wheeler, but that doesn't matter. Still coming out aggressive. It'll be fouled off, though. Just went foul. Wheeler just transferred to USF from Los Altos. Talking about 15 minutes south of Menlo Park, as Hoover quickly behind here, 0-2 on a swing and miss on the slider. The 0-2 from Wheeler. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The first man the southpaw faces, he strikes out. 3rd K of the day for the Foresters lineup. That'll bring up Vincent Gambardello with 2 on, 2 down. Gambardello so far today, 1 for 2, had a single in the 2nd and flew out to left field to end the 3rd inning. First pitch fouled off. 0-1. Nate Castellon, the man who started this inning on deck right now. Four runs across the plate, and Stars hoping to add some more as pitch will miss outside for a ball.
And it's great seeing Gambardella back in this lineup today for Santa Barbara.
Although I have to say I'm a little disappointed with the bullpen not really paying attention here. They're usually loud and proud, supporting Gambardella, but haven't heard a word out of him in this fourth inning as Gambardella swings and misses at that one, 1-2 now. Two-strike pitch from Wheeler, looked at Gambardella, ball two, and Gambardella, these guys with another high on-base percentage. Just haven't seen him too much this summer, but when he is at the plate, he reaches for half the time. That one hit high into right, tracking at the wall and fielded for the third out of inning. Great play by Charlie Degler to retire Gambardella, but 4 runs come across the plate here in this fourth inning. 11-0 lead for the Foresters as we head into the top of the fifth.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
Back in Santa Barbara, the Stars amassing an 11-0 lead through 4 innings, and we're on to the 5th inning. This 5th inning brought to us by our friends at Finney's Craft House. Finney's now has 2 locations in Santa Barbara, one on Lower State Street and one in Goleta. Finney's is a great place to gather before or after any Foresters game. Finney's Craft House. So it remains with Nick Abraham. More and more run support being tacked on to the Forester lead. Blake Cowens will lead off for the Legends. It's going to be 8-9-1 scheduled. Ball 1 to the catcher, who's gone 0 for 1 today. Strikeout back in the 3rd.
And, we're talking about, of course, how great this lineup has been. But, Abraham, to his credit.
One hopper over to Castellan at short. Leadoff man is retired. 1 away.
As I was saying, to his credit, Abraham has done a really good job limiting base runners. He's only allowed 5 through 4 innings, only 1 walk. And really, he's been trusting his defense to make a lot of plays. Castellan, especially over at short, been called on a lot, and he's picked up the phone a lot of the times.
Yeah, great to see Nate Castellan not missing a beat in his first game with the Foresters, and a couple additions. If you missed the pregame show today, Bill Pintar talked about what it was like at the All-Star game, how the Hugs for Cubs, and what's moving forward and what the Hugs for Cubs Foundation will look like in the coming years. Talked about with Santa Barbara and being a pretty big hub for pediatric help for families struggling with childhood illness. So be sure to go back and listen to that. He also talked about Castellan and Jack Holman, 2 new additions, as is now 2-0 for Charlie Degler out of the 9 spot.
How about the Eric sauce? That is a really impressive initiative. If you didn't hear the show, you know, they're building kind of like a Ronald McDonald type of home here in Santa Barbara, so parents are able to be with their children receiving cancer treatment. That's just, you know, see how far this philanthropy has gone. It's really an incredible part of the Foresters organization.
One of the greatest things about the Foresters, not only the exceptional baseball year in, year out, but what they do off the field and help those that need it most. 3-0 pitch is inside, and a 4-pitch, 1-out walk for Charlie Degler. So he's got a single and now a walk to bring around the top of the order.
That's something we haven't seen a lot from Abraham, as we talked about it. Today was only his first walk of the day, and he's got 2. That one in 4 pitches.
And right now, Tag Andrews now warming up for Santa Barbara in their bullpen. Andrews, Kaimi Kahalakai, Tumis, and Steele Eves, the 4 right-handers available today. That is ball one upstairs to Emilio Feliciano, who hits for the 2nd time today. Comes the 1-0 pitch. I'll have to wait and check over to Degler. As he mentioned, the first time he reached base, 13 stolen bases on the year, with Quincy Villa out of this game after taking a fastball upstairs and hit him on the helmet out of this game, and Feliciano hitting in his spot. Left side, Castellan to second, 2 out, on to first, and they got them both. Nick Abraham works around a 1-out walk, and fantastic work by the Santa Barbara defense on the bottom of the 5th. 11-0 Santa Barbara.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
Bottom of the 5th inning with Santa Barbara leading 11-0 over the Menlo Park Legends. And this 5th inning brought to us by our friends at Finney's Craft House. A couple locations in Santa Barbara now for Finney's, one on Lower State Street, one in Goleta. Finney's is a great place to gather before or after any Foresters game. Finney's Craft House. So on to the bottom of the 5th. The Foresters an 11-0 lead over the Legends. Game 1 of 2 of this weekend series against Menlo Park and the Foresters. Just the 2nd team out of the Northern Division that the Foresters playing this season. Scheduled in this inning will be Castellan, Esker, Paul. And a low strike starts off the inning for Castellan, whose RBI double, which was up against the wall back in the 2nd. He was also hit by a pitch and scored 2 runs, and not too bad for your first day on the job with Santa Barbara.
Not too
Strike
bad
2.
at all. Not too bad at all, though. You know, facing the new arm, Wheeler lefty, and this is stuff that we've seen a lot from opposing teams when they bring out, a southpaw to face usually a lefty-heavy lineup for Santa Barbara.
We'll go righty, lefty. And that's into the Forster dugout. Look out. Means nothing, 2. Wheeler entered with 2 on, 1 out in the last inning. Took care of Hoover and Gambardella. Now facing Castellon, 0-2 pitch. It's to Zamitis. And the third baseman hasn't seen too much action today. Retires Castellon, 1 away in the 5th.
Hasn't seen too much action, but wide awake there. Good play by the man at the hot corner. Easy one for Zamitis to get over in time to first.
That's going to bring up Xavier Esker. So there's 11 runs on the scoreboard right now for Santa Barbara. Esker had a 2-run double in the second and has plated 3 runs himself. So he's responsible for 5 of the 11 runs on the board for the Sturs. Nobody on, 1 out. First pitch on the outside edge. Strike 1.
Yeah, what a day, as you said, it's been for Esker. He's reached all 3 times, kick-started. Now, one of the main guys that kick-started the rally in the 4th and in the 2nd.
Jason upstairs, strike 2.
So far today, the Sturs have gotten a run on the board every inning so far.
The biggest innings, the 2nd and the 4th. 4 runs apiece in those respective frames. 0-2 pitch. Into left center field. It's a base hit for Esker. Make it 3 for 3 for the third baseman.
It's the guy Wheeler who was with UCSB this past spring, obviously transferring over to USF, but Esker, nice job turning on that one. Just like that, leadoff man, 1-hole hitter is on.
That's going to bring up Mick Paul. Paul's the first lefty in this inning to face Wheeler, as he did face 2 lefties and took care of business. Did the relief pitcher back in the 4th. After Quinn Robertson, the starter, went 3 1/3, gave up 10 hits. Responsible for all the runs on the board. Not all of them were earned. First pitch to Paul. We'll miss upstairs, ball 1. Paulie today, 0 for 1. Does have 2 walks. Scored 2 runs as well. One 0 pitch. High and tight, ball 2.
We saw Roberts last time around kind of working a lot of, Robertson, working a lot of pitches outside now. Wheeler here going more inside against Paul, trying to pop up.
That is located, strike 1. And even though Santa Barbara is very nice, comfortable 11-run advantage, bottom of 5, the implications of this game and into tomorrow's game, which will be the final CCL game of the season, Santa Barbara still just nursing a half-game lead over the Conejo Oaks in the Southern Division. 2-1 on the outside edge, 2-2, and even though we've been talking about with the schedule for most of the teams in the CCL still see out the rest of July, really 2 more weeks, being important for Santa Barbara to have this lead over Conejo, just to say they finished out their regular year best team in the Southern Division and best team in the CCL. 2-2. Flared up into right. Curtis slides over. It'll be called off by Degler, 2 out.
That's so big to get the 2 outs. That gives you a lot more cushion. It's pitcher and Wheeler. Of course, you have that man on in Esker. First, you really haven't seen the Sturs be too aggressive on the base paths today, but they haven't needed to, just because the bats have been so hot. Esker has some good speed, Terrence Kill, and swinging the ball really well today.
So here is Terrence Kill, the second. 1 on, 2 out in the Finneys' 5th inning. I'd like to amend my last statement. Coming in the last inning, Terrence Kill now 3 runs batted in today. It's gone 2 for 3. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Runner goes. It's a strike. It's a good throw down from Cowens. But in safely is Xavier Esker, his 4th stolen bag, and the fantastic day continues for Esker.
Fantastic day indeed. And, with that, hitting the outfield, you're thinking maybe you send an Esker home and continuing that streak of getting a run every inning.
1-1 now for Kill. Well away. Ball 2. Should TK reach? Brenton Clark will be next for Santa Barbara. Two and 1. Not competitive, but in and out of the glove of Cowens. Down to 3rd goes Esker. Go down as a pass ball. Blake Cowens. It's 3 and 1. We've been looking at the Southern Division standings in the North. Sonoma, the first team in that division, first team to 20 wins on the season. They paced away at 20 and 13. And it's tight in that Northern Division. Both Walnut Creek and Slow just 1 game back. 3-1 into shallow center field and a base hit for Kill. Another RBI for TK, 12-0 Santa Barbara.
So great for TK to have a day like this.
Now batting, sponsored by Pacific Crest, number 6.
3 for 4 now. Are a bunch of RBIs. This is exactly what he needs. Heading to Omaha, he's one of the most important hitters on the team, and you want him to be hot heading into the NBC World Series.
2 out knock from Terrence Kill brings up Brenton Clark. Had that bunt single, but that ball's in the dirt. Down to 2nd is Kill. So another man into scoring position with 2 down in the inning. And on that train of thought as well for Terrence. He had a stretch where he wasn't getting too many hits, and a lot of it just unlucky. You get some tough calls at the plate, changes your approach. Instead of ball 2, you get strike 2, and then also hard hit balls that were just been robbed by some good defense. And it's great to see TK just having a day like this where it's been a while since you've seen really the whole team, and then, of course, Kill 3 for 4 and 4 runs batted in, and Clark's now at a 2-1 count.
And Clark is actually yet to get on today. Feels like a surprise, considering how often he's gotten on this summer and with how, good the bats have been today. But he's been effective. He's scored a couple of, he's added in a couple of runs. What he's needed to do in the cleanup spot.
He's at a 3-0 count, Paul Wheeler. 3-0 pitch. Ball 4, and Clark is aboard. The second base runner with 2 down in the 5th.
Now batting, sponsored by Atlas.
And that's going to bring up Caden Miller. 1 for 3 day today. For the first baseman, he has struck out. A Geo to short. Base hit into center. Brought home a run in the last inning. Paul Wheeler remains in this game, facing the 8th batter of his outing. Over to Birdsall off 2 hops. Funny hop. Covering is Wheeler, and the side will be retired. But the Stirs push in 1 more run. 12-0 through 5. Santa Barbara.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
Now into the 6th inning between the Stirs and the Legends. 12-0 lead for Santa Barbara. Nick Abraham remains in this game. We're joined by a special guest, the relief pitcher, Josh Hyman. Josh, thanks for joining us on the broadcast.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me on, Hunter. I'm really excited to be out here and doing this. The first thing I want to do is give a little shout-out to my parents. I know they're at home watching right now, so I just want to go ahead and say hello.
Love it. Thanks for joining us. So it's going to be Bose, Birdsall, and Rabago's schedule. What have you seen from Abraham so far today?
He's been very efficient. It's just it feels like whenever the Stirs are out in the field, they're not out there for long, and Nick's always attacking the zone. Every time I look up at the scoreboard, he's always in an advantage count. So I just feel really confident with Nick out there, and he's been good for us all summer. So a lot of consistency out of 1-3.
1-1 count for James Bose, who's on 0 for 2 today. Trying to double play, did reach on an error. Here's a 1-1. Off to the right now to play strike 2. Josh, we did see you work yesterday. What did you think about that appearance against the Philippines?
Oh, I felt good yesterday. I was really happy to be back out there on the mound. It's been a couple days in between outings. My last outing was a start against the California Tigers, I believe, and it didn't go as well as I wanted it to, so I was really itching to get back out there and kind of redeem myself, and I feel really good about my outing last night. And, of course, we walked away with the win, so can't ask for much more.
Love it. It's now 1-2 for Bose. Abraham strikes him out. Number 4 on the day and 1 down in the 6th.
And that's another thing I've seen from Nick is he's just been able to put his fastball wherever he wants in the strike zone the whole game.
He's been able to locate the breaking stuff as well. The secondary stuff looking good.
Oh, yeah.
So with 1 away and the base is clear.
You know, I have to think that some of the beach yoga that Abraham does has to play into his success on the mound. I know that he is a very avid beach yoga fan. He asks many of us players to join him. I don't know if anyone has joined him yet. I think some of us are kind of nervous. I might have to go before we head out of Santa Barbara.
I think you might have to. It's 0-1 for Mitchell Birdsall. Does he actually really go by that?
Oh yeah.
I haven't heard about that.
He does it. He loves some beach yoga. One of my bucket list items is probably the goat yoga. I see that everywhere. I think that'd be something fun. Where they just stand on your back and all these weird things. But it's yoga with the goat. Look it up.
Actually, goat yoga?
Look it up.
Okay. It's 2-1 now for Birdsall. Left side, Esker has to hold his ground. Took a funny hop and a long throw is shoveled up by Miller. 2 out in the 6th.
Great scoop over there by Caden Miller. Ever since we've had Xavier join the Stirs, he's been one of the most sure-handed fielders I've ever played with. I love watching him play and love watching how smooth he is with ground balls.
And what's it like having a defense like him and other Forsters behind you?
Oh, you pitch with an immense amount of confidence up there on the mound. You look around and you see guys like Sawyer Farr or Coleman or Caleb Hoover, Easton Miller, TK coming in second base every once in a while. Usually you see him out there in center field. But, I mean, when you're up there and you look around and just realize what you have, it's hard to pitch scared. It's very easy to go up there and just be very confident and know that the people behind you are going to work for you.
Comes the second pitch and a strike to Austin Rabago, who's gone 0 for 2 today. And Abraham continuing to work well, entering this inning. Just 60 pitches. Tired the first 2 in the 6th. Comes the 0-2 pitch to Rabago. Just stays alive. Means nothing to 2. Seen that fastball, Josh, right around 89, and then working those sliders and also change-ups. Grant's the right-handed batter right now. And what do you think he throws here?
You know, I think he's going with the heater.
It's the 0-2.
Nope, I was wrong. I've seen him work the heater up to 92 a couple times today as well. I think that if he can get back in that leg and really reach back, I think that would work here if he can throw it. Oh, well, I don't want to be too loud and give the batter any kind of heads up.
Rabago's fouled off the last 2. 0-2 pitch. Check swing. Ball 1.
Good pitch.
And the winds are blowing out towards right field. 1-2 delivery to Rabago. Ball 2. That one's at 90. Fastball away.
I really like that pitch right there to Abraham. Just yanked just a little bit, but with the changeup in the dirt, tunneled right off that low fastball. It's a great pitch and an advantage count.
Lifted into shallow center, a long run for Clark, but camping out under it is Terrence Kill, the second. And Nick Abraham working quickly, just has to face the minimum. Heineman, thanks for joining us. We could maybe have another inning. That was a pretty quick one. We'll see, but Santa Barbara on top 12-0 to the bottom of the 6th.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
On to the bottom of the 6th inning, Santa Barbara, a nice 12-0 cushion. Paul Wheeler remains in this game. He's going to face Becker, Hoover, and Gambardella. We appreciate Josh Heineman stopping by for the top half of this inning. We are joined by another pitcher, Tyler Fino. Tyler, thanks for joining us, man.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
So it's a 0-1 count to Becker outside of first base. Strike 2.
That ball just rolled foul.
Becker hitting for the second time today. He's already got a hit. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Wheeler. That's well away. We were talking with Heineman about just what we've seen from Nick Abraham. What have you seen from the starter today for the Sturs?
Gosh, I mean, that guy is nasty. I mean, the sinker slider combo from him is I mean, as you've seen, unhittable. It's really good.
2-2 now the count for Zane Becker. Can he reach base for the second time today? 2-2 from Wheeler. Struck him out, one away in the 6th, and he will be retired down at first base. And Tyler, we did see you a couple days ago against the Bombers. How's your experience been in that last out, and also your time in Santa Barbara as a whole?
I mean, my time in Santa Barbara has been amazing in general. It's a new place for me. I've only been in California a couple times up until this point, so it's been amazing. It's a beautiful area, and I mean, we're just situated here right next to the mountains, so can't complain.
So the one away here is Caleb Hoover. I mean, we'll see Vince Gambardella scheduled in this inning, and we've seen a note on the broadcast what the bullpen has done when he's come to the plate in the past. What's it like been working with Vince? I mean, we can get to it actually when he comes to the plate, but how's the camaraderie down in the bullpen this season?
Vince has been awesome in the bullpen. I mean, his attitude and just overall just his character and also his work ethic. I mean, he's always working hard for us pitchers down there in the bullpen, and he's an awesome guy to throw to, and especially when he does get in the game. He's, I mean, it's so much fun. It's fun to bring the energy to him.
2-1 for Caleb Hoover. Who's the most energetic one down the bullpen? Most vocal of all the pitchers?
Ooh.
That's
I'd
2-2.
I'd like to think Kaimi has a pretty loud presence.
Might see him today, and we have seen Tag Andrews warming up. And with Nick Abraham going 6, a quality start from the Santa Barbara starter. Now the 2-2 to Hoover, inside full count.
How about Hoover's bomb last at bat?
Woo!
The thing was smacked.
That's great to see for Caleb. Fantastic. He had a really nice BP today. I mean, he probably couldn't field his balls because they were all going over the fence out in the outfield.
Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, his BP every day is just spectacular. I mean, I stand there in center field and watch it, and I'm like, geez, they're landing on the hill over there.
Let's see what Hoover can do. So 3-2 count. Gambardella will be next. Santa Barbara have played it a run in every inning so far. 2 in the first, 4 in the second, 1 in the third, and 4 in the fourth. Here comes a 3-2 pitch from Wheeler. Popped up, left side. Bose will camp out under it. Some hang time, but 2 down in the 6th. Well, here's going to be Vince Gambardella coming to the plate, and we were just touching on it, Tyler, but what it means for pitchers down in the bullpen with this man coming to the plate, how reliable and consistent he has been. Great to see him get the start today for Bill.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. It's a guy you love to see in the lineup, and when he has been in the lineup, I feel like he's been very productive.
Yeah.
He's been getting hits, hard contact, and I mean, he's fun to watch.
Vince has a hit today. He's gone 1 for 3 and 1-0. Jammed. 1-1. And remember, this is a game early on in the season. I don't know if you remember it, but it might have been the Barons game where I think Max Mandino came around 8 times, but I think Vince reached 7 times in that ball game. But talk about the on-base percentage. That was a fantastic sight for 18 early in the season.
Absolutely. I remember that one. I pitched to him that game.
Oh, nice.
I want to say he got hit 2 or 3
Yeah,
times.
he did. He did. Behind in the count here, 0-2 strikes.
Yep.
In the left field, and it's a base hit. Second knock of the day for Gambardella, coming with 2 down in the 6th.
Absolutely. That's our guy. Come on. Let's go.
2-out knock from Vince, and that's going to bring up the man making his Forster debut today, Nate Castillon. And we were talking with Josh in the last inning. We've seen some great defensive plays from Castillon and really the entire infield today from Santa Barbara and consistently throughout the season. What's that feel like as a pitcher when you have guys like Nate and other Forsters behind you?
Oh, it's so comforting, and just like it makes pitching easier because you know you can allow the hitters to hit the ball, because just having a spectacular defense behind you, knowing they're going to make plays for you. So it's nice to have.
Outside of first base, 1-1. Tyler, we've seen you mainly have the bullpen this season. What's it like having your name called and getting you ready to come into a game? What's your process like getting ready?
I mean, it's fun. It's fun to come in and out of the bullpen and stuff. As for process, it's really just get the heart rate elevated and just start pumping from the mound.
A lot of fastballs to start off when you're warming up?
A lot of fastballs to start. Just to get the arm loose.
There's a 2-1. That's foul off to the right, out of play. 2-2.
You never know if you have to get fire drilled. So sometimes you just got to make sure that your body's ready to go. And even if you start warming up an inning or 2 earlier than expected, just to make sure the body's right.
With 2 down, 2-2 for Austin Rabago. Rather, Castillon is up the middle. Here is Rabago, the second baseman. And he will not make the play. Reaching is Nate Castillon. And last 2 base runners reaching for Santa Barbara. It'll go down as an error. And a 2-out error to continue the inning to bring up Xavier Esker.
Another guy that's been impressing.
Oh, yes.
Jeez. Good situation from here, too. First and second. I mean, I think we can expect a solid hit here.
How about 3 for 3 with a walk and 4 runs scored and 2 runs batted in?
That plays.
That plays, yeah.
That plays.
The lead runner is Gambardella. This is to the left side. It's going to be Bose, and we'll just flip for the force out, and Esker will be retired for the first time today, and the Stars will come up empty for the first time in this ball game, not plating a run in the sixth. Tyler, final thoughts? Thanks for having us.
Me. Thank you.
No, of course.
Thanks for letting me on. It's been a pleasure.
Pleasure is mine. On to the seventh, 12-0, Santa Barbara.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
Back in Santa Barbara, on to the seventh inning, and a new arm taking over for the Stars. Tag Andrews will enter, and a quality start for Nick Abraham, going 6, just 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. And enter Andrews, who's coming off his best performance of the season in his last outing.
Yeah, what a appearance. Out of the pen, went 5 innings, only allowed a run, struck out 8. 8, Hunter. What a day for Andrews, and that's why it's been a while since we've seen him out of the pen. First appearance in over a week.
Last pitch on the 10th of July, and when he came in and gave the Stars a chance when they were trailing to the Slow Blues early. Went 5 innings, and so sensational performance from Tag, and he's at a 1-1 count against Zamitis.
You think I have anything to be worried about with how those last 2 guys did?
Oh, it was great talking to him. Great hearing from Josh and Tyler. So we appreciate their time. Clock and pitches behind us, and that is strike 2 now on Cal Zamitis, Anderson, and then Curtis scheduled in this inning.
And of course, have a new arm in, Andrews. 2 pitches, really, fastball and slider.
What does he go to here? It's the slider. Got him. 1 away. One away in the 7th. That's going to bring up Will Anderson. Rather, it's going to be a pinch hitter in the 6th hole for Anderson. Zach Vasquez. Not shying away, strike 1. So Anderson will be lifted for a pinch hitter. Vasquez hitting for the first time today. 0-1. Got knotted up, strike 2. Anderson went 0 for 1 with a walk. Tag's working quick. 0-2 pitch. Outside of third. Do it again.
Not too much on Vasquez. This might be his first game for the Menlo Park Legends. Definitely tough to come in against a guy like Tag Andrews. It's been a really effective arm out of the pen over the last couple of weeks.
Another 0-2. Strikes him out. Back-to-back Ks for Tag.
And that's why it's tough to face Tag Andrews, because he just gets strikeouts versus his last 2 games over the course of 7 and a bit innings. He's thrown 12 strikeouts. He has been absolutely on one. He's only allowed 1 earned run since June 19th.
The batter is now Cole Curtis. Starts off the plate appearance with a ball away, 1-0.
And you can see why it's so tough, just because that slider has so much movement. Horizontal break especially.
Once again, Tag finds a strike, 1-1. Curtis has gone 0 for 2, ground out to second. Remember, Terrence Kill is over there now. And after that, he struck out. That's upstairs, 2-1.
Curtis, one of those guys who really a local. He swings and misses at strike 2 there. So many guys on this team from the Bay Area. Curtis from Albany.
Andrews, the first man out of the pen with 2 down. 2-2 pitch, strikes him out, and Andrews K's the side. Fantastic 7th from the reliever. And it's stretch time here in Santa Barbara. 12-0, Santa Barbara.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Bottom of the 7th, 12-0 lead for the Sturs. Paul Kill Clark will be scheduled with a new arm in the ballgame. Caleb Henderson will deal a first pitch ball to Mick Paul.
Yeah, going back to a righty here. Henderson, next man out of the pen. ERA just over 12. Had a tough time this summer.
That's down ball 2.
It's mainly been the location that's been hard for him to find. 10 walks to 2 strikeouts. Granted, his last 2 games included those strikeouts, so kind of riding a bit of a streak here.
2-0 pitch. 9 type, ball 3.
And these Foresters bats just see the ball so well. Patient, waiting for the right one.
Coming off the first inning where they did not score back in the 6th. And good count now for Paul. Had 3-0. On the outside corner, strike one. Paul's already reached base twice today. He's 0 for 2, but has 2 walks. Played 2 of the 12 runs for the Stars this afternoon. 3-1 pitch from Henderson. A weird ball over to second base. Rabago will retire Paul, 1 out. Kind of fluttered and just fell in front of the second baseman, but makes the play.
Yeah, made it look easy. Nice to get that first out if you're Caleb Henderson, the righty from Abilene Christian.
That's going to now bring up Terrence Kill the second. And you look at his day, if you're just joining us late, missed a lot from TK and what he has done. RBI double, RBI single, reached on air, which brought home a run. He scored a run, and RBI single into center.
Of course, full moment here for Henderson.
That's inside, ball 2.
Playing, guy in the Foresters bullpen, a college teammate of Henderson's, and Andrew Gardino at Abilene Christian University, the Wildcats.
2-0 pitch. Way ball 3 for the second straight batter. Henderson falls behind 3-0.
Gardino, one of those arms that we were told would be hot today, maybe come in after Andrews. One toss it in the pen, though, after that excellent top 7th from Tag.
That is located the breaking ball. Strike 1. After TK, Brenton Clark is on deck. And this regular season slowly and quickly coming to a close. 3-1 pitch is another breaking ball. Foul off to the right, now to play, and well done. And I should say, once again, Henderson gets himself right back in the count after falling behind 3-0.
It's such a nice feeling to have as a pitcher, a nice part of your game to be able to fight back in counts, trust your pitches to come back, and we'll have to step off the bag to retrieve a ball that was heading into the field.
Santa Barbara with this 12-run cushion. Look to add another one into the win column today. 3-2 pitch is away. Ball 4, and TK is aboard for the 5th time this game. First time reaching via a walk.
5. That's impressive, man. You're starting to kind of think back to games for the Stars like that one at the Academy where we saw guys going getting 7 ABs, 8 ABs. It's 5th time through the order. Only in the 7th.
1 on, 1 out. Here was Clark, who's had an interesting day. Been retired once via an illegally batted ball, which was a beautiful bunt single. It was out of the box. Brought home 2 runs on groundouts and has worked a walk. And by the way, Clark now with 13 runs batted in. He's at a 1-1 count. Caleb Henderson taking over in this inning. Bottom of 7, and when we look to the 8th, 8-9-1 will be scheduled. Cowens, Degler, Feliciano. That's foul back 1 and 2. And in the last inning, we saw Nick Vasquez pinch hit at the 6th spot for Will Anderson, and he has taken over in the left field defensively for the Legends. So Vasquez is in left. It's a 2-strike count now for Brenton Clark. 1 and 2, 1 on, 1 out. Delivery from Henderson. Fouled off the left now to play and over the third base dugout. 1 and 2.
Into opposite field where Clark has gone so many times this season.
Another 1-2 pitch from Henderson. Fly ball into left field. Vasquez camps out under it. 2 out. Kill remains at first base, and that's going to bring up Caden Miller.
Now batting, sponsored by the City of Harbor
Miller, another man with a hit today and an RBI, and seen a lot of runs batted in today, and all these RBI from Santa Barbara brought to us by our friends at Gold's Gym. 3 locations in Santa Barbara where the Foresters train to win and train for strength. And seen a couple extra base hits, notably the home run by Caleb Hoover. Stars have been pushing the iron as the AB will start off with the ball inside.
Yeah, you definitely need to be hitting the gym pretty often, be sending a ball nearly 400 feet.
1-0 for Miller. Good pitch, 1-1. Henderson takes over after Wheeler went 2 2/3 rather, and the starter Robertson went 3 1/3. Remember, these two teams will play again tomorrow. Just the second opponent for Santa Barbara from the Northern Division that they play. 1-1. Got knotted up, strike 2.
Frustrated with himself on that one there. Saw something good.
Should Caden reach? Zane Becker stands on deck. Terrence Gill at first, 2 down. 1-2 pitch from Henderson. Is down, 2-2. It'd be interesting if Bill Pintard throws Tag Andrews out in the 8th. After that quick and efficient striking out the side in the 7th. No one tossing currently, so we have to imagine Tag remaining in this game. Here's a 2-2. Fouled off to the left and out of play. And remember, when we've talked about the starting pitching today, we saw Abraham, a quality start in line for the win, going 6. Throwing up no runs, and Santa Barbara resting a couple arms, looking into Wichita next week. Here's a 2-2 to Miller. Good breaking ball called, strike 3. And Henderson picks up his first K. TK worked to walk with 1 down and is left stranded. And through 7, Santa Barbara on top 12-0 over the Legends.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Forester's home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
Remains a 12-0 game. Santa Barbara on top, and Andrews carved up 5, 6, and 7 last inning. And he starts off the inning with a low strike to Blake Cowens. Andrews taking over after Abraham went 6. K'd the first 3 men he faced. Quickly ahead 0-2 on Blake Cowens. It's Cowens, Degler, and then Feliciano scheduled in this inning. 0-2 pitch. We'll do it again.
I believe that is Ryan Cartwright actually coming in.
Oh, yes.
As a pinch hitter here for Cowens, whose day is done.
Another 0-2 pitch. Nice take. Ball 1.
Still appears to be Degler on deck, however.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch to the leadoff man, Cartwright, outside of third base. Man's 1-2.
Cartwright this summer hitting just a tick under 220. To have an extra base hit all summer.
1-2 pitch strikes him out. 4 straight for Andrews. 1 away in the 8th.
That strikeout was brought to you by Lee Sons Plumbing and
And that's what Cartwright's done a lot this summer as well. Strikeout his 14th of the season, just 33 ABs.
Well, Andrews, we were talking about his last outing when he went 5 and struck out 8. Well, he's just through an inning and a third, and he's got 4 and not missing a beat where he left off last 8 days ago. Starts off the plate appearance to Degler with a ball in the dirt. In case you're counting, that's the 8th strikeout today by Santa Barbara pitching after 14 yesterday. Fouled off the left and out of play. 1-1 on Degler.
Degler, one of his guys, has actually done a good job reaching, as you said, single and walk. He's the ball well, and what you kind of expect from one of the best guys in the lineup in an all-star.
2-1. Feliciano scheduled next in the 8th. Sun's getting lower in the sky. 2-1 delivery. Ball 3. Comes a 3-1 pitch to Degler. What a pitch from Andrews. Full count.
What a pitch indeed. So much break on that one.
Here comes the payoff pitch. Fouled off on top of the third base dugout. The 7th pitch, the plate appearance coming up for Degler. And so far today, but another 3-2 pitch. To the right side, it's going to be Caden Miller. Fumbles, flips, and Andrews won the foot race. 2 out.
Saw that speed from Degler. He's got 13 stolen bases this summer. That's why it was so crucial for Andrews to get over there in time and prevent him from getting on base for a 3rd time today.
And going back to the 5th inning, 9 straight retired by Santa Barbara pitching. And the last man to reach base was Degler, who was just retired. It's now Emilio Feliciano. Takes a ball in dirt. Ball 1.
Feliciano playing his JUCO ball at the College of San Mateo, where the Legends do play their home games. A beautiful field out there in the foothills of the Bay Area. Got views into the bay for the right field wall.
Love that.
Something about a ballpark with a good backdrop here in the CCL. And I honestly think we might have the best one here in Santa Barbara. I mean, you look at the mountains, high school in the foreground, the nice homes on the hill that surround the mountain. It's clear blue sky.
1-2 pitch strikes him out, and Andrews has faced 6 and Cade 5. What an outing from Andrews, and we're on to the last of the 8th. Santa Barbara on top 12-0 over the Legends. Santa Barbara Airport has 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta Air, Southwest, and United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just one stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com. Last of the 8th, Zane Becker, Hoover, and Gambardella will be scheduled, but there will be a pinch hitter standing on deck. Makani Nabarro will be hitting for Hoover in the DH spot. Caleb Henderson remains in this ballgame on the hill. Back out for his second inning of work. Starts off with a breaking ball to Becker, strike one.
See Pintard working in some of the guys who seen their roles diminish a little bit as the summer's gone on. Barrow, of course, on deck.
That's nearly directly over the head of Zane, 1-1.
Barrow, we were talking about a pregame with Pintard. Said he's been really impressed by him this summer. A guy who didn't get injured early in the season, could have been competing for an everyday spot, he said. And see why he always gets some nice bats of ball. See why when he gets to the play here, but Becker here behind 0-2.
Third plate appearance for Zane after taking over for Sawyer Farr. 1-2 pitch in the dirt, 2-2. Zane patrolling right field after he was brought in that fourth inning. Tillsman in the infield, 2-2, and that's inside. Full count.
He's bracing for that one. He thought I was going to hit him on the back.
Comes the payoff pitch to Zane Becker. Called strike three, and Zane will be retired. One down in the 8th.
Couple times now where Henderson's been able to get guys looking on the breaking ball, and you can see why it's got a big vertical drop. It's easy to fool you if you're not expecting it as the hitter.
Mm-hmm. So with nobody on, one down, here is Makani Nabarro. Fastball upstairs will start the plate appearance, and we're just talking about Makani and what he has done. And initially, it was supposed to be a short-term guy for the Foresters when he entered this season. And Bill Pintard, so pleased and thrilled with what Makani has been able to do. And a high ball into right field. Back is Curtis, and he will have enough room to operate. 2 down and allowed second out for Nabarro.
You can see why he was so impressed, man. That was a well-struck ball that just died in the outfield. Super unlucky for Makani.
I feel like we've seen that too, with some hard hit balls from him throughout this year, and they're just similar to Terrence Kill recently.
Yeah, he always is one of those guys that's able to get nice bats of ball, and sometimes it dies, and sometimes it's a nice hit. Time died out in the outfield.
With 2 down, here's Vince Gambardella. Rolls it and through for a base hit. Third hit of the day for Vince, coming with 2 down in the 8th.
You're hearing the cheers from the bullpen catcher. Had a very nice day here.
Fantastic work from Vince. And with 2 down, Gambardella's aboard, and that's going to bring up Nate Castillon. Castillon not shying away and had a near home run off the left field fence in his first AB this summer. Since then, he's hit by a pitch, reached on error. He's plated 2 runs. 0-1. That's on the outside corner, strike 2.
He, hit a home run in that first AB. That would have been the perfect introduction for a guy who I know a lot of people, including Bill Pintard, is excited about.
He's going to go down looking here. And 2 Ks for Henderson in the 8th inning. We're on to the 9th. Santa Barbara, a 12-0 lead, and it looks like Andrew Gardino will be coming in for Santa Barbara. He will be on to the 9th. Stirs on top.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569 1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Now into the ninth inning, Santa Barbara 12-0 lead. They're going to call on Andrew Gardino to take over this game after Tag Andrews. 2 innings, no hits, no runs. Faced 6 and struck out 5. Fantastic work from Tag. Brilliant.
Great work from Tag. I mean, just continuing a really nice second half of the season for him, especially strikeout-wise. You know, he now has 17 for the last 3 games. I mean, that is a ridiculous number for a guy who's only used out of the pen. Brings in another really good strikeout guy here, though, Andrew Gardino. Of course, was robbed of a perfect inning, excuse me. An immaculate inning against the Blues back in June.
Would have been the second immaculate inning in a week. Frank Camarillo had one here at Eddie Matthews Field. Here's a 0-1 to James Bowes. It's Bowes leading off. It's a fly ball in the right. Becker will slide over into the gap. Makes the play. 1 away. And for Frank Camarillo, congratulations to him.
I was going to say, I don't know if we mentioned
I don't think we have,
drafted by the Mets in the 13th round. Absolutely incredible to see an active stir get drafted. Of course, so many of the guys, former Stars, getting drafted. We had Sean Youngerman here sitting next to us earlier in the game. He's been here a couple times this summer. Obviously, Gage Wood, first-round pick. There's been a lot of guys, especially in the pitching.
Yeah, pitchers have been
drafted.
So here is Mitchell Birdsall. Strike 1. Camarillo was one of the top guys early on in the season, and actually, last time we saw him, he was sitting behind us saying, yeah, we're shutting down for the summer and getting ready for the draft. And Camarillo getting picked up and on to the next level. That's inside 1-1.
Best of luck to him and all the other former Stars. Now what is even more of a grind than summer ball in minor league baseball.
1-1. Slider for a strike, 1-2.
It really speaks to the volume of how special this team is, Only a couple teams, summer ball outside the Cape, really, in the Northwoods, that gets guys drafted every year while they're still playing for them. It really speaks to how consistent, how great a roster Bill Pintard puts together each summer.
Mitchell Birdsall getting a new bat after he sawed off the last one down the right field line. Ends a 1-2 count. In terms of pitching, the rest of the way for Santa Barbara, we're talking about Camarillo. He was shut down early on. We saw Drew Rarick behind us earlier saying he was done this week, and Bill Pintard wants him rested completely for Wichita next week. And Pitching is such a big thing in those tournaments. Here's a 1-2. One hopper, hard hit to Castellan, a nice backhand. Nice play by Nate over at short. 2 down.
It's the new bat, and it was a loud ground out, though. Great play by Castellan. He's been flashing that glove all game long. To that point, though, obviously Zach James, another guy who's getting rested heading into Wichita. It is so important in those games. Bill Pintard knows it better than anyone about having your arms ready and, feeling fresh for that tournament-style group stage setup.
And then into single elimination when anything can happen. But right now, the Sturs are 1 out away from taking down the Menlo Park Legends. 0-1 pitch is down to Austin Rabago. 1-1. Oh, that's another pinch hitter. 1-1. That is away, ball 2. Two-one pitch. In there, strike 2, and Andrew Gardino in the Sturs looking for one more strike. Take down the Legends. But 2 down, base is clear. 2-2 pitch into right field. It's a base hit. A 2-out knock, and it's going to be held up by Zane Becker. Well, a 2-out knock, and the Legends have one more batter coming to the plate.
Almost a collision there at first as well between the Legends batter and Caden Miller. Good thing both got out of the way in time to not have a collision over there at first so late in the game down to the final out. You don't want to see anything like that happen.
So a two-out base runner forced Gardino to see one more. The batter is Cal Zamitis. Takes a first pitch, strike, 0-1. Zamitis today has gone 1 for 3. Comes a 0-1 pitch, strike 2. Legends down to their final strike. With 2 down. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Strikes him out. And Santa Barbara, a 12-0 victory over the Menlo Park Legends. And the 22nd win of the year for the Sturs.
Statement win at that, Hunter. 12 runs scored, no runs given up. What a day by both the offense and the defense. One that Bill Pintard, you can see an emphatic clap to the crowd here at Eddie Matthews. Really, must be really happy about. Great day for Terrence Kill to bounce back after a couple of tough week or so. Great day for Caleb Hoover to get that second home run this summer. And the pitching staff, Andrews had 5 Ks and 6 batters faced. Gardino cleaned things up in the 9th, and then obviously the quality start from Nick Abraham.
Also can't forget Vince Gambardella. 3 hits today, hasn't seen a whole lot of action. Great work from Vince as well.
Great work from Vince. Each hit getting a cheer from the bullpen. Very popular guy on the team, and that's a nice one to have with just 2 more games of the regular season heading into Wichita next. Actually, a week, right? First game's next Friday. Just
Coming
a week
up.
away, Hunter. Isn't that exciting?
Real exciting time of the year for the Foresters, and also shout out Xavier Esker for his 3 hits, scored 4 runs, and brought home 2.
Nate Camion as well, with a great debut.
Go through the whole lineup, really.
Exactly.
Once again, the final score here, 12-0. Great win for the Foresters, and they'll play the Legends once again tomorrow. First pitch is at 4:30 local time. Thanks for sticking with us on the Foresters Network. For the entire team, the entire staff, for Nate Martin, for Tyler Fino, Josh Heineman, I am Hunter Shoemake, saying so long from Santa Barbara. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.